Before we hop into this video, I would just like to point something out. Look at this beauty. This is my pride and joy. I absolutely adore seeing new little buds on my plants, and look at this cutie, oh my gosh! Hey everyone, I hope you're all doing really well. Today I'm going to be sharing with you the finale for the 8th round of Roulette Pan Collab. This is a collaborative project pan roulette that my friend Alexy and I have been doing for quite some time now. We've actually been doing this project for just under 3.5 years now, which is just so amazing and super cool and super special. And yeah, it's been such a fun experience doing this with Alexy and alongside all of you as well, because this has just become such a huge community project pan. Every finale of these rounds, I really start to reflect on the fact that like this is like a global thing. Panning and YouTube and everything in general is a global thing, but it's so amazing and it's so remarkable to me that like this little collaboration that my friend and I started doing became a thing that so many other people wanted to participate in and to do with us, and it's just so cool. It's so special. It really is. So I have to thank every single one of you for watching these videos, for jumping in and participating in this project, for like encouraging not only me but everyone else doing this project pan over on Instagram, here on YouTube, even in the Discord server. It has just been a really fun experience, and yeah, I just want to say a huge thank you to all of you and to Alexy, of course, because she has made this experience even better and even more exciting for me, and it's just been, yeah, a super cool experience. So thank you so much for keeping up with this project throughout the past 3 years and through this round. And I did mention in my last update of this project that we weren't really sure what the next round was going to look like or when we were going to do it or anything like that, because I was feeling very overwhelmed with my last semester of school, so I kind of knew I needed to take a bit of a hiatus. And we've decided together that we're going to actually bring back this project pan in September. So I know that's quite a bit of a wait, but we want to bring it back on the actual anniversary of us first starting this project. So that will be the 4-year anniversary of this project pan, I believe. I mean, yeah, that makes sense, right? That adds up. Yeah, it'll be the 4th year. So we started this project back in 2017 on September 23rd, and we're going to bring it back on the 23rd of September in 2021. That's so cool. And yes, it's a bit of a wait, but I do think this little bit of a break will be kind of nice and refreshing, especially considering we don't know what's really what the future holds for 2021. We just don't know. So it's kind of nice to take a little bit of a break away. But I really hope that you will join us in the next round of this project pan. Please keep an eye out on my community tab. I will have information about the project in my community tab as we get closer to the introduction. And of course, keep an eye on the Discord server as well. If we have any like changes we want to make or any updates or anything like that, those will be in the Discord server. If you're not yet participating in the server, I highly recommend that you come and join us and hop on into it with us as well, because it is just such a fun space to not just talk about this project by any means. We talk about all different project pans. We just talk about makeup in general. We talk about life in general. It is such a fun space, and I would really like to have all of you join us and just chat with us in there. If you feel so inclined, it would be so special and so fun. But all of that aside, let's hop on into the actual project pan finale and let's talk about all the progress that I've made since the last month's update. All right, let's just get on into it. So if you're not familiar with this project, the premise is to pull 6 products from your collection based on randomized prompts. So I'll share with you all of the prompts that I had as well as the products that I picked, the goals, and where the product stands now. The first item I have here, I selected for the prompt a product that's too pretty to use up, and I chose this Melt Digital Dust Highlighter in the shade Stargazer. It is just so stunning, and I absolutely love the like embossing on this. The imprint of it is so beautiful. I really didn't want to use it up or destroy that, but my goal was to actually do just that, to eliminate all of the imprint off of the product. And I am really happy to say that I have met that goal, as much as it pains me because this product was so stunning, and it really was what drew me in, was that beautiful imprint. But I've reached for this so much through this project pan, and I've really gotten to know this highlighter and I love it. I think it's so beautiful. I love wearing it on my inner corners. I'm wearing it today like that, and wearing it over the tops of my cheekbones as well, and I'm wearing it that way as well today. And I just have fallen head over heels for this, and I'm really, really happy that I decided to reach for it through the winter, like fall and winter months during this project, because this is like best suited to my skin, I'd say, at this time of year. And there's a swatch of the product right there. As you can see, it's like a beautiful icy kind of light champagne kind of shade, and it suits my complexion right now so well. It is quite impactful, quite blinding, and I've really gotten to know this product throughout the past 4 months. I'm really happy that I decided to put it into this project pan, because I was really trying to savor it and not destroy that beautiful detailing on the top. But I'm really happy that I have now reached for it and really gotten to know it, and I feel like it's so much better loved than it ever was in my collection prior to now. So that's really what my goal with this product was, to get to know it, get to use it, and really reach for it in a way that I hadn't yet done prior to having it in this project, if that makes any sense. I feel like I just rambled so hard. The next prompt was a favorite product, and for that I chose my Essence Satin Touch blush in the shade Satin Love, which is this beautiful like brown, pink, rose kind of blush shade. It's a pretty indescribable tone in my opinion, because it just is the most natural looking flush of color that really enhances my cheeks and draws attention to my cheeks without it being like a vibrant, bold color. And my goal with this was to hit pan on it. I really didn't think that that was something I was going to be able to do, but I really wanted to ensure I was just reaching for this frequently. So having a goal is kind of important for me, even if I don't think I can necessarily reach it. But I have actually hit pan on it. I hit a tiny little speck of pan right here, and then I think there's one like down here. I can't really see in the viewfinder, but I think there's one like down here. And the reason why it's like 2 pans in there, I think, is because I did repress it actually twice in the time that I've had this in my collection. One time I was trying to pry it out of the packaging and I destroyed it. And then the next time I dropped it when I tried to put it back into the packaging. And so yes, I repressed it twice, so that's the reason why there's 2 little specks of pan. It just probably wasn't pressed properly back into the pan, or like evenly back into the pan. But yes, I'm really happy to see that little speck of pan there, and well, those 2 specks of pan. And I think the reason why I was able to finally actually hit pan on this through this past month is because I've been reaching for this actually a lot as an eyeshadow, as like a transition sort of shade. Because in my Pan Those eyeshadows, I had the shade Roxy from the ABH Subculture, and then I had Colourpop Wait For It, and they were both like these corally pink kind of shades. And once I finished up my Pan Those eyeshadows, I rolled this in to like use in the same way that I used both of those kinds of tones. So I reached for this quite a lot actually as an eyeshadow, maybe more than I did as a blush over this past month. But yeah, I'm really happy about this progress. I am wearing it today kind of on this more back section of my cheekbones. I'm not wearing it towards the apples of my cheeks, but more as like a contoury kind of blush situation. It just is the kind of blush that I can wear in so many different ways and with so many different looks, and I love it. So it perfectly fit the category, and I did finally reach my goal on it, which is amazing, and I'm super happy about the amount of times I've used it over this project. The next product I selected for the category, a product you forget is in your collection, and for that I chose this e.l.f. HD powder in the shade Soft Luminance. This is like a peachy kind of light beige peach setting powder that has a little bit of a sheen to it, not a shimmer by any means, but it definitely has some shine to it. And my goal was just to finish it up through this project because I had been holding on to it for far too long, and I did often forget to reach for it. And I did end up finishing it up, which is super exciting. This is totally empty. I took the sifter out the other day and used up every last little bit of product. I have a very light dusting of this on my face today, but there was barely anything left in here to do my makeup today. But I'm really happy to see that I started up here. So I started with about half the product left in here, and throughout this project I made really good steady progress, and now I'm totally done with it. I was a little bit hesitant that I'd be able to finish it off in this last month rather. but I think it was Lippie. Somebody had recommended in the comments of my last update to use this as actually a finishing powder versus a setting powder, and I did that a handful of times through this month, and it really just allowed me to really amp up my usage on this and enjoy it a little bit more. So I ended up using it quite a lot to just blend together all of my colored complexion products. When I had like a powder bronzer and a powder blush on and a powder highlighter, I would just go in with this on a like duo fiber brush and kind of just blend everything together. And it was so beautiful for that. So thank you for that suggestion. I think that was Lippie, but I will correct myself if I'm wrong. But it was great. Perfect to use it that way, and so happy to get this out of my life. This is my first empty for 2021, and it feels good because this has been in my collection for a freaking eternity. So that is great. And then the next product I have is for the category, a product that doesn't suit you. And I chose a very light, almost concealer lips kind of lipstick, and it's the Colourpop Lippie Stix in the shade She Bad. And as I said, this is a very light nude shade, and I just feel like it doesn't suit my personal taste or my coloring at all. There is this much product left in here. My goal with this was to finish off half of what had remained when I first rolled it into the project pan, and I don't think I can show you this very elegantly, but I do have my marking here. Oh my gosh, there's like papers falling out of the back of my notebook. Oh my gosh. Anyways, so I have my paper here that has the markings on it, and I want to show you. It's very hard to show because it was like a slanted bullet, but in any case, I don't know if this is gonna show up very well on camera, but I have actually literally just reached my goal. Like maybe a tiny bit over the goal line, or maybe just on the goal line, or maybe slightly under. It's really hard to tell because this is like an angled product, but either way, I literally just met my goal, and I'm shocked because last update I had a ton of product remaining, but there were a couple suggestions to use this as a cream blush, which is so funny because I use so many of my lipsticks as cream blushes, and for some reason this shade I just didn't think was gonna work for me in that way. It's just too light on my lips, but look at how pigmented it does look on my actual skin tone, but I never thought to wear it as a cream blush, and I wore it so much this past month as a cream blush, and I absolutely love it that way. So I'm so glad. Thank you so much for that recommendation, because I thought this was something I was probably going to end up just decluttering after this project pan, but now I want to use it up as a blush because the shade is so pretty on my face. I have it more towards the apples of my cheeks today, so I have this on like the inner portion of my cheeks, and then the other blush kind of a bit more of a, like, not a draping style, but more of a contouring kind of blush style. And this, not only is the shade amazing on my skin, but because it's that Matte X formula, it layers really nicely over top of powders, and it has no issue whatsoever. And it is very smoothing looking on my skin too. Like where I have large pores around my nose here, if I bring this kind of like closer in, it doesn't emphasize those. In fact, it makes my skin look super smooth, which is so weird because on my lips, I feel like this product looks very, it really emphasizes the texture of my lips, but on my skin, no problem. So weird, and such a huge revelation for me. So I was able to like plow through this product this past month because I just loved it. And what I'll do is I'll just kind of like put probably about this much product on the back of my hand, and then I'll take my stippling brush and I'll kind of work it into the brush and onto the back of my hand, really just get like an even coating into the brush, and then I just kind of stipple it onto my cheeks, and it's amazing. It's amazing. It is so good. So I am going to be holding on to this. I kind of thought I might declutter it, but I'm going to be holding on to it, and I think this might be something that works its way into my Partners in Cream project eventually. I freaking love it, and I know I can get through this very quickly using it as a cream blush in the future. So yes, thank you for that recommendation to all of you who said that. It changed my freaking life. The next prompt I had was a glitter liquid shadow or pigment. So basically it was any eyeshadow product that wasn't in a pressed powder pan. That's the way that I interpret it. But anyways, I chose a liquid shadow, and I chose my Stila. This is the Shimmer and Glow liquid eyeshadow in the shade Vivid Jade, which is a beautiful like emeraldy green kind of shade. Like jade is really the best description for it. It's like a smoky jade emerald. Anyways, not super relevant. You can see the color here, but I am wearing it today on my lower lash line. My goal with this product was to use it 20 times throughout the project because I've had it in since the introduction of this project. So I thought 5 uses per month, no problem. Today is the 19th use. I didn't make it to the 20 use mark. And that's because lately I have been kind of struggling to use this product, not trying to find ways to wear it, but rather actually physically using this product. So today was my 19th use in this project, and I think it might be my last use of this product just as a whole, because I don't know if you can see, there really isn't much product in here. So let me show you that. Not much product is in there. I took the wand out so you can really see. And it's all settled to the bottom here. As you can see, it's all settled down at the bottom. And so my wand won't actually reach it anymore. So what I've done the last 4 times that I used it is every time I took out the stopper, swiveled around my makeup spatula in there, trying to bring the product towards the center portion of the tube so I could like really pick it up, and or just literally taking product off on the spatula and then using it from the spatula. And it's just become a little bit cumbersome. And I think through reaching for this product and taking that stopper out so frequently, it's gotten so dry. And throughout this project, I had been like rehydrating it with a setting spray on occasion. And I had been kind of mixing the product around on occasion. And I think that now it's just been so exposed to a lot of air and to other products that it just has become like this putty, and it's just not usable anymore. And I'm feeling really good about the amount of times that I've used this and how freaking much product has gone out of this tube that I'm gonna consider it an empty. I know it's not technically literally empty, but it's just not usable product anymore. And I've used it so much that I don't want this to be a declutter. I wanna count this as an empty at the end of 2021. So that would be my second empty for 2021, which is super exciting. I know I didn't technically meet my goal, but I feel okay about it. I feel all right about it. So yeah, I'm happy with that progress. I'm happy with the amount that I did use that product and the varying ways that I did use that product as well throughout this project pan. And I'm happy to see it go also. And then the last product that I selected, I chose for the prompt a item in a pastel shade, I think. Yes, that's what the prompt was. And for that, I chose this Note Natural, BB Natural Color Lip Corrector 02. This is a like pastel pink, very light pink lip gloss, lip cream kind of product. And as you can see, it's a very faint color there. And with this product, I didn't have a goal of necessarily trying to finish it or any sort of usage goal. I basically just wanted to get to know this product a little bit better, see if this was a product that I wanted to eventually pan, all that kind of stuff. I rolled it in only 2 months ago. It was the only roll-in that I had in this project pan. Everything else has been in this project since the introduction, but I did not make a ton of progress in this product. I've only used this little amount here. I don't know if you can even see. So my last update, I had barely budged at all, and I thought I was reaching for this an absolute ton, and it made no sense. Like, it did not add up. And because I felt like I had reached for it so much in my last update, I decided to track the actual uses that I got out of it this past month. So I reached for it 12 different days during this past month. And that's not a ton of days, but 12 different days I wore it, and throughout those days I would reapply it. So some days I probably reapplied it like 5 times, some days I maybe reapplied it only twice, some days I maybe reapplied it like 8 or 10 times. It depends on, you know, how I was feeling and when I had applied it during the day or whatever. So I was able to make a little bit more progress, but it just goes to show like very little product goes a long way with this product. The applicator is kind of like this dough foot that holds a lot of product, so sometimes I would just swipe it on my lips and not even have to squeeze any additional product out. But this is something I'd like to move out of my collection relatively soon, so this was good insight to understand that it's going to take me many months to work my way through this and finish off this product if I were to put it in a project pan. So yeah, that was really the experience that I wanted with that, was to just understand how it would function for a project pan in the future potentially, or if it was something that I even wanted to pan. It was a super comfortable and easy to apply product, and yeah, a little goes a long way for sure. So I learned quite a lot about that product, but that is all 6 products that I had in this project pan. I feel like I was super duper rambly today, so I apologize for that. I don't know. I had a lot to share with you, I suppose. But yes, I would love to see you over in the Discord server. That will be linked down in the description box. And I really look forward to doing this project again in September. Definitely go check out my friend Alexy if you haven't yet already. And thank you so much for watching and for hanging out with me. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, everyone.